Welcome back to B.Y.C Crochet. My name is Brenda and this is my yarny cave. Let's see what we got here. Welcome and welcome back. If you are a new customer, thank you. And not a new customer, a new subscriber, thank you for subscribing to my channel and taking a chance to hang out with me. And for those of you who have been with me for the longest, thank you for your continual support. Today is just gonna be one of those chat crochet kind of days. I'm almost done with this blanket that I've been working on with this very splitty Bernat Softy Baby Jacquard. It's the last of it right here. And once I'm done with this, I think I'm going to take a break from the blankets and I am going to probably work on some baby cardigans, only because I have quite a few babies coming in the next couple months and my stash is dwindling quite fast. I think I only have a few left once I gift some that I have pending to give out on Monday or Tuesday. So I want to go ahead and make some more, and so I'll probably do a couple of cardies just kind of to cleanse the palette, and then I will jump into doing perhaps more boggy blankets. I'm trying to look for a new pattern myself for boggy blankets. I try to keep the patterns pretty simple, because I know, number one, they're for kids, and number two, it goes much faster, and the fact that they are smaller, I usually buy yarn just enough for the blanket, so I try not to make the patterns too busy or too complicated, so that it's not that much of so it's not basically a stitch that eats away at the yarn. So yeah. So we'll see. I normally do like the granny rectangle blanket. I'll do around the block. If you're unfamiliar with it, I'll try to tag it down below. I do also my what's it called? My block stitch. Some may know it as modern granny. I'm not sure really, to be honest with you, what the difference is. I know the block stitch, I thought the modern granny was the granny stitch working it in the chain space and every other row, and then the block stitch, I was under the impression that it's, instead of 3, which is technically a granny stitch, it's 4. That's what makes it a block stitch, but I may be wrong. So if you know better, please let me know. I don't pretend to know everything, and you know, we're always learning. So if you know the deets on that, and I could research it, but we got a slew of family members out there who I'm sure know exactly what I'm talking about and know exactly what they need to tell me. So just go ahead and put it in the comments. Let me know what the actual name is. What other blankets? The Drunken Granny I've done. I have a fillet stitch that I also do for boggy blankets. There's a couple of patterns that Juan has made for or tutorials that Juan has made for Mama Swift, Trisha Mama Swift, that I also do. The texture cabin throw, I think it's called. Yeah, I've done that one. I think there's another one that I've done that I can't remember the names, but so yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Just crocheting, trying to finish this up. I'm actually doing the outside to kind of bring it all together. This yarn is super slick, splitty. It is a very it's a DK weight, but it's a what I call not a thin, but it's like hollow. It's almost like, you know, when you work with it, what was a 3 now becomes a sport weight. That's what I mean. Today is Friday afternoon, and I don't know that I'm going to be able to record anything tomorrow. I'm trying to do my best to do multiple recordings on the weekend. Tomorrow on Saturday, actually, I have a bridal shower, yeah, for my niece. And so I'm going to be out of the house, so I don't know at what time I'm going to be leaving, to be honest. I haven't even looked at the invitation. I know I'm going, but I don't know what time I'm leaving or what time I'm coming back. So if I do any recording this weekend, it's going to be on Sunday, or this afternoon, you know, so the Friday, like right now, Friday evening, or perhaps Saturday evening or Sunday. So we'll see. It's been a very busy week. I did give Nancy the blankets that I made. I believe she showed them on Monday. Yeah, I think she showed them on Monday. I think I just caught in the last of them that she was showing. I think mine were the first ones she showed that day. And I mean, there's some gorgeous blankets. But every year, the ladies, I mean, the team gets some beautiful works, some beautiful makes. A lot of talented people out there with good hearts that just enjoy crocheting and figure, you know what, if I'm gonna crochet, let it go to a good cause, which is really, for me, what I do. You know, I order yarn. A lot of times I gift some of the yarn that I purchase. I do have a lot of yarn, but and I think that you guys have seen what my other yarn room looks like. It's not like overly, I mean, for somebody who may not have a channel, perhaps it's like a lot, but in comparison to many of my YouTube friends and those that have channels, my stash is way small in comparison. So, and I'm not afraid to gift yarn. You know, when I do my secret giveaways, which I actually embed into my videos, if you know, you know. So what I do normally is I don't announce the giveaways. I just decide last minute in a video while I'm recording, you know what, I'm gonna do a giveaway, and then I'll have something like in the side that I think I may want to give away, or something that I have in mind to give away, and then I'll just do a spontaneous giveaway while I'm recording. And usually the giveaway is one item that is promoted for the giveaway, but my giveaways usually the one item, and then I gift a lot of other things. It may be crochet books, yarn, notions, all sorts of things, you know, that are yarn related. Kits, you know, being a yarn channel, you know, there's a lot of purchases that we make, at least for me, that they're not things that I would normally use, but I want to share them with you guys. And so I do have a stash of those kinds of things that I do purchase, and sometimes I have multiples of things that I order only because perhaps it was a really good deal, and it's always, you know, good to have for a giveaway. So what I do is that I may have, you know, a little stash of some items that I bought on a special price because it was an awesome deal. And then what I do is that once the giveaway is active and actually we're doing the giveaway, I start adding a bunch of stuff. I go through my inventory of things that I have, and I'll pull like project bags, yarn. Perhaps I used a yarn that I have a lot extra of, and I don't think I'm going to use it again, and I will gift that. I know the last box that I just actually shipped out today is packed with goodies. Packed with goodies. So I'm excited for Tess. She was our winner, and I hope that when she gets it, she likes all the little items, all the items that I added to her package, and I hope that she enjoys it. And you know, if it's not something that you would use and you win, gift it forward. You know, you may have a family member or a friend that also likes the fiber arts, and they would feel blessed to receive a little something. So yeah, if you're not going to use it, just give it, you know, pay it forward. Give it to somebody else that's going to use it. So, and that's why a lot of the times I pack up my boxes the way I do, because I do have a lot of things that I don't think I'll ever get to use or have the time to use, you know. And so rather than letting it sit here looking pretty, even though it looks pretty, I'd rather gift it to somebody that is going to enjoy it, make good use of it. So yeah, guys, I don't know, you perhaps didn't see the video that I don't know, but this hook that I'm using here is a new hook to me. The company is Yinlan. I'm using a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook. It is actually a stainless steel, high gloss, highly polished hook with a very not pointy like a needle or like a darning needle, but pointy in in comparison to maybe a boy hook. Is not, is tapered, and it's an elongated, pointy, tapered hook. That's all I can say, because it's really hard to show. But as you can see, it is elongated, and it's got a nice little point that helps you get into your stitches. And I've mentioned this before, I'm a very tight stitcher, crocheter. Why? I don't know. I don't know why. But the fact that this hook has the point that it has, or the head that it has made it very easy for me, and it has helped to get into my stitches much easier. In the same token, the fact that it does have a really nice, slick, pointy head, it also makes it where I may go into places I'm not supposed to be going. So so I have to kind of be a little bit careful, because it is a very slick hook. The size lengthwise is the same exact size as a tulip. These are made in China. This particular one, it's got a rubberized handle. The company does have others with resin handles and others with wooden handles. The fact that this is rubberized is much, I think, much easier on your fingers and on your hands. And so I've actually reached out, because I started researching a little bit, and I did find the company that makes them, and they do have another rubberized handle in like a it's like a really dark mauve kind of purple color. So I reached out to the Etsy shop where I got some of these, because some of these I got through Amazon, but the Amazon store only had small sizes, and then they only of the sizes that I would use or normally would use, they only had whole sizes, so the 4, the 5, and the 6. So I went researching, and I found an Etsy shop, and she carries a huge variety from very small. I think the largest one was 6.5. So I ordered from her the 4.5, 5.5, and 6.5. So I did some research and I found the company that does it, and I saw that they had a different colorway as well. I sent it to her via message and asked her if she could get those. That she didn't have them in her shop, but if she could get them, she said absolutely. And she said she got back to me and she said, you know, they are back order on the 6.5. And I said, well, just go ahead and replace a 6.5 with a 3.5 since I already have a 6.5 in this one, and that's not a size that I use quite often. And since I don't have a 3.5, I figured, well, it'd be good to have the 3.5. You never know. So, you know, she said, just go ahead and order it. Order the pink one, which is this one. And I'll know that it's you. I'll also put a note on the order, and I'll send you the right ones, the ones that you want. Because of course she probably has to, I don't know if she has to order them herself from the manufacturer, or if she has access, or she's got access to their stock. I don't know. According to Etsy, I believe her shop is in China, but I could be wrong. I know that when I placed this order, it arrived pretty quickly, so I can't say for sure. So, yeah. So what do you guys have planned for the weekend? I know that we are expecting, I don't know when you'll see this video, but I know that there's supposed to be another cold snap coming over the nation and into Florida, with some really cold weather hitting a lot of states, including Texas, which is kind of weird, huh? I hear Texas and I hear Texas and the word snow, and to me that's just not a normal thing. I mean, we even got snow here in Florida last week. Granted, it wasn't a huge amount, but it was impactful enough where it actually collected on the ground. I think it was like an inch or so. It actually collected on the ground, and it was, you know, in the past we've had some kind of a little bit of snow where it would fall, it would land, and it would melt, so you see it falling. Oh, look, it's snowing, but it wasn't sticking. This time around, it actually stuck for a little bit, so it was pretty cool and really, I guess, fun. I mean, it was fun to watch other people go through it. I like looking at snow. I don't like living in it or dealing with it. So yeah, let's see what else. What else is going on? I got today in the mail my Crochet Nation newspaper magazine. I've collected them since I started receiving them. I've collected them. I don't show you guys only because since it's a paid subscription, I don't want to cheat the company. But there have been times where I have shown, if there's something really interesting, I will show you guys. What's this here? A dishcloth. They have a lot of products that are very simple in nature, and they have others that are a little bit more complicated. Here they're showing you how to do a sweetheart throw with corner to corner. Let's see what else we got here. There's usually a puzzle of some sort. This is a word search and a word scrambler. Then we have the Jess Capom's 8 tips for mastering corner to corner crochet. Interesting. Looks like there is a crochet sweater here also, a pattern. A scarf that really we don't need here in Florida, but always nice to see and have some patterns in case you want to gift one for somebody, family member who may live up north. Then you also have amigurumis that they show you. Again, this is what they're working on, and they have steps to do it. So it's a lot of good information. Yarn we love. Then I usually, you know, do a spotlight on either a channel or an independent yarn dyer. Then there's like little stories, usually fiber arts or yarn related or crochet related. And just some fun activities here. There's a little quiz here. Which crochet color combo are you? So that'll be interesting to see, and see how the results come out. And then there's another crossword puzzle at the end. So yeah, so there's a lot of fun stuff in here to check out and do. I've kept all of them. I have them up there somewhere. Yeah, up there's a basket, and I have all the newspapers that have come through, and I, you know, keep them in case there's ever something that I want to do. And let's see. So yeah, so I ordered another set of hooks in a different color, darker. It's a darker handle. Like I said, it's a really dark mauve, almost purple. So we'll see once they arrive what they look like. What else? I know you guys a tutorial for the puppy sweater, and I will get that done soon, I hope. Yeah, so yeah, I was watching Nancy put out 2 videos the other night. The dogs are so cute. They are so adorable. I love how they interact with one another. And Tilly is definitely a Spitfire. I did have a DNA. I did do a DNA test. Actually, I did it on her. I decided to do it after some of the puppies had gone to their forever homes, but she was one of the last ones to go. So I actually ordered a kit and did it on her, figuring, you know, they're all the same. They all have the same mom and the same dad, so it would be basically the same thing. And I just wanted to kind of, you know, be sure on the purity of the breed. Not that that makes any difference, but you know, when you you know, tell somebody that, oh yes, a mini schnauzer, then you start thinking, you know, I know I've seen where people have purchased dogs thinking, oh, it's a Yorkie or it's some kind of particular breed, and then when they do like the DNA test, they realize that it's mixed with their puppy's mix is a mixed breed. And not that you're gonna love them any less, absolutely not. It's just something fun to have done, and to reassure the buyers that they got what they thought they were getting, and for those adopted parents. And also it gives you a lot of information about the breed, which is good to know. You know, mini schnauzers are yappy. I have to control Kona sometimes because she sometimes goes off, you know, well, you guys have heard her. I mean, she sees the neighbor walking by and she right away has to make sure that they know that she is there looking. She's yappy, and she can be mouthy when it comes to like playtime. She doesn't hurt anybody, but you know, there's times where she gets a little rough, even with me, and I have to say no, and then she starts, instead of biting, she starts licking while she's playing. You know, so she knows. But like any, you know, like any animal, any pet, you know, you just have to, you know, reassure and stay consistent. You know, one of the things I told all the new parents is, you know, make sure you have chew toys, because they are mouthy, especially when they're puppies. and you don't want them destroying your shoes or your furniture. So just, you know, keep an eye on them and make sure that they're not left unattended in a place where they can make damage. You know, if you leave them unattended outside in a pen, or, you know, outdoors in an area where you know they're safe, and that's no problem, you know. But yeah, the pen, you know, I am a big what is the word I'm looking for? I think having dogs in pen is a huge benefit. Let me put it that way. Because it's not so much as keeping your things safe, but keeping the dog safe. You know, when you're, at least for us, I mean, I work out of the house, and I mean, sometimes I work from home, but there's many days where I work out of the house, and so does my husband, and so sometimes we're out all day. And when Kona was a puppy, when she was younger, we used to put her in her pen, and she'd be there all day, you know, and we let her out in the morning, and, you know, she learned to, you know, to hold, and when we got home, we let her out, she did her business, and after a while, it became normal to her that we're, even if we left for a little while and left the pen or her little play area open, she would still go in there and hang out. That's her personal space, that's her safe space, and she feels good there, you know. So we still have it. I still have it up, and in fact, once because I had made it bigger when I had the puppies here, and once the puppies left, I went back to, you know, made it back to the original size that I have just for Kona, and put it back where it originally was, and she, you know, she goes in there when she's chilling, or even sometimes if she's here and my grandsons are here, if she's tired from playing or whatever, sometimes she'll just go hang out in her pen, and then I have to watch my grandkids so they don't go in the pen with her, because they have been known to do that, and I don't mind them doing that, because I mean, I keep it clean. Another thing about schnauzers is that they do not shed. If they do shed, it's very minimal, very minimal. Another thing about schnauzers is they were originally bred as a working class dog in farms to rid of rodents that would tear up and eat you know, your whatever fruits and vegetables you're harvesting. So yeah, that is the original reason, and apparently the beard is part of a safety mechanism when they are digging and trying to locate such little critters. So interesting fact is that Kona has she has found in several occasions possums in our yard. At one point she found one, at another point she found like a whole family. It was like 3 adults and a bunch of little ones, and she just has a nose. I mean, when she gets a hit, she goes nuts. When she smells something, she goes nuts. She'll start digging, and not digging, but you know, finding. And we have actually put we have 2 sheds in the yard. We have what was a he shed, which It's my husband's, and then a she shed, which was that she shed has now become a he shed again. So he's got two he sheds out there. So we had to put chicken wire on the base of it because it's just a shed that is it's not sitting on a cement foundation. Is basically sitting on blocks, and so there's a little bit of a space in between the flooring and the ground, and so my husband has had to, in fact, he just redid the chicken wire because it had gotten old, and it was in some areas it was falling out, so he had to go in and get it refresh it and get it done again because, wherever you live, especially here in Florida, you're going to have critters, you're going to have snakes. If you live near a pond or some kind of body of water, you will see alligators. You will see moccasins, water moccasin snakes, all sorts of critters. So, now there's a retention pond not far from us, but not immediately behind us. So we've had snakes in our yard, usually garden snakes, but nevertheless, we've had snakes. And so yeah, so Kona has been she will just smell them out. She knows if a cat has walked through the yard, she knows. She knows. She's got a nose in her. So, and that's part of the breed. Yippers. They're high energy. They have a lot of energy. They are very good with kids. Like any dog or any animal, you really need to also socialize them to make sure. Because I have seen situations of schnauzers where they haven't been very kid-friendly. But my experience with the schnauzers that I have seen firsthand, very good family members and good with kids. So I know my Kona is good with my grandkids, and so I have people over the house, and she just loves people. She wants to be in the thick of things. So including for the holidays, I ended up having the Christmas dinner here at my house for my husband's side of the family, and I had all my nieces and nephews here, and at the time I had all the puppies here too, and the kids were just like, no, I didn't have all the puppies here. I had 3 of the puppies here because 2 left Christmas Eve because it was going to be a Christmas gift. So but they were like all over the puppies, and the puppies were having a blast. They were just being carried and being loved on, and Kona was like chill. She'd be like, she was totally fine with the kids, holding on to the puppies and playing with the puppies, and she was fine. She wanted to know where they were, but she wasn't like aggressive. So Yep. I think I'm going to end up playing yarn chicken, but we will see. Guys, I want to show you something really quick. I'm going to do a video on it, but I want to show you something really quick that I got recently. Give me a second. So I got these granny square box patterns. This one is the granny square flowers card deck, and it's granny squares with flowers. I almost didn't get it because this is not something that I would normally do. It's just not me, but I figure, you know what, it may be nice to see what all is in here. And so there are a couple granny squares here with flowers that perhaps is something that I would do. Look at this one, how pretty that looks. So look at the one with the daisies. So I haven't opened it yet, so I'll share with you guys. And then I got this other one that is just the granny square stitches card deck, and it's basically stitches all in granny square shape, you know, just basically little granny square samples of different stitches, and it's pretty cool. So it's got 50 mix and match designs, and this one has got also 50 mix and match designs. So yeah, I got these two. Let's see, let's do a thumbnail. Can you even see me? Anyway, so yeah, so I got these, and once I open them and I get to play with them, I'll share with you guys, or we'll open them together, and we'll see what that's all about. So guys, I think that is all that we are going to do today. I think this video is pretty long already. This is probably one of the longest videos we had. I know it's just crochet and chat, but I hope that you enjoyed your time. I hope that you were also crocheting along with me, or knitting, or painting, or whatever craft you love to do. And I thank you for taking a little bit of time out of your day to hang out with me. I pray that wherever you are in the world, you're having a blessed morning, noon, night, evening from the Yarny Cave. Peace. I love you guys. God bless, and we will see you soon. Bye.